Joining us now is Hayden Brown, the CEO of Upwork. Hayden, nice to see you. First off, what are you seeing in the labor market overall? I mean, is it true what we hear anecdotally so often that there's a shortage of workers, a shortage of people who are willing to take full-time work, at least right now?
Thanks for having me, David. I think what we're seeing right now is companies over the last year have really figured out and gone over their fear of engaging remote talent. And that's critical as they're leveraging now remote freelance platforms like Upwork to tap into skilled workers to solve the age-old problems that they've had around finding skilled workers that they need. So they're moving beyond some of the traditional channels like FTEs and contingent staffing firms and realizing that the freelance economy is where they need to be going to find the skilled workers that they absolutely do need right now and need going forward, even as the pandemic abates.
That's sort of what I was wondering, Hayden, because your stock took off and your business obviously took off during 2020 when freelancers needed to find work and a lot of people went freelance. But there was always a question of what would happen when the economy reopens and all these companies have started hiring. What do you see for demand?
We see that this demand is going to continue to be elevated going forward, Sarah, because freelancing was a trend that was already picking up before the pandemic and certainly accelerated over the last year. But the problems that were being solved by companies turning to freelancers are not problems that were pandemic specific. Really, they need the agility of a more flexible workforce. They need access to people with skills that they were not able to find in their local regions. And they need, on the talent side, workers are looking for more freedom and flexibility in when, where, and for whom they're working. That was true going into the pandemic. And then last year, more than 20 million Americans entered the freelance workforce for the first time. And 60% of them said there was no amount of money that they could be paid to go back into traditional employment because this model was working so well for them. So on both sides, for clients and for workers, this model is really serving their needs. And they're saying to us, we want to make these changes permanent. 79% of companies that increased their usage of freelancers during the pandemic have said this change will be permanent and something that we will continue to do going forward.
So interesting. No amount of money, huh? Really? No amount of money? That seems a little hard to believe, but I would assume, as you say, so you believe your audience or your group of potential recruits is going to continue to be very large, I guess.
Absolutely, David. We've seen 4 quarters of extremely elevated freelance signups and engagement on our platform, but that's not just due to the pandemic. We already have been a business where we've never had to market to freelance talent to get engaged and come on the platform. It's been driven purely by word of mouth. And that is because the benefits of being a freelancer really have been appealing to a generation of workers that want to have more control and autonomy around how they build their careers. More than half of Gen Z today is already freelancing. So the smartest companies are figuring out that if they want to tap into these workers and really get the people who have the skills and expertise they need to have a strategy and a set of tools to really work with freelancers and bring them into their workforce, because these are the workers of the future. These are the workers that they absolutely need. And frankly, the agility and flexibility that these workers give them are also hugely beneficial for how they want to operate going forward.
Is the demand there on the other side? Are companies hiring freelancers at the same rate and paying them?
Companies have really woken up to the fact that these workers, number one, have the skills they need. So yes, the demand is there. These CEOs are saying, look, where do I go to get the talent that really can work for my organization? The Great Resignation is happening. That's amplifying the need. But certainly, even before the pandemic, the skills gap was a top of mind problem for basically every company in the landscape. So as companies have gone through the pandemic, learned how to work remotely and really lost their fear of engaging remote talent, now they're aware of the fact that they can tap into remote freelancers to close their skill gaps and tap into these people all over the world. They're not limited to the folks that were in their own backyard. And that's a huge win for companies. So this is a moment where they're saying, how do I make these gains around remote work a permanent way that I can now tap into remote freelancers who have the skills that I need, give me the agility to flex my teams up and down however I need to, and really make this a permanent part of my workforce going forward.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.